and get to read some scripture with you guys. Just doing a mic check and video feed check. Sure we're good to go, and we can dive right in. Reading in Joshua chapter 13 tonight, Lord willing. Alright, mic check. Sounds good. So that's working. Yeah. Go ahead and list it up here. And switch apps. Let's see. Stream and FPS and bitrate looks good. Alright, let's dive in. The app literal word that I particularly like is still out of commission update. It won't load. I'm not sure why. So we are continuing to use BibleGateway.com, and we'll go from there. Our video looks good. Here goes. Joshua, chapter 13. Now Joshua was old and advanced in years, when the Lord said to him, "You are old and advanced in years, and very much of the land remains to be possessed. This is the land that remains, all the regions of the Philistines, and all those of the Geshurites, from the Shihor, which is east of Egypt, even as far as the border of Ekron to the north. It is counted as Canaanite. The five lords of the Philistines, the Gazite, the Ashdodite, the Ashkelonite, the Gittite, the Ekronite, and the Avite. To the south, all the lands of the Canaanite, and Merah, that belongs to the Sidonians, as far as Aphek, to the border of the Amorite, and the land of the Gebelite, and all of Lebanon toward the east, from Baal-Gad below Mount Hermon, as far as Lebo-Hamath, all the inhabitants of the hill country, from Lebanon as far as Misrephoth-Maim, all the Sidonians. I will drive them out before you, or before the sons of Israel. Only allot it to Israel as an inheritance, as I have commanded you. Now therefore apportion the land for an inheritance to the 9 tribes and the half-tribe of Manasseh. With the half-tribe, the Reubenites and the Gadites received their inheritance, which Moses gave them beyond the Jordan to the east. Just as Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave to them from Eror, which is on the edge of the valley of Arnon, with the city which is in the middle of the valley, and all the plain of Medeba as far as Dibon, and also the cities of Sihon, the king of the Amorites, or of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, as far as the border of the sons of Ammon, and Gilead, and the territory of the Geshurites, and Maacathites, and all Mount Hermon, and all Bashan, as far as Salekah, all the kingdom of Og in Bashan, who remained in Ashtaroth and in Edrei. He alone was left of the remnant of the Rephaim, for Moses struck them and dispossessed them. But the sons of Israel did not dispossess the Geshurites or the Maacathites, for Gesher and Maacath live among Israel until this day. Only the tribe of Levi Only to the tribe of Levi he did not give an inheritance, the offering by fire to the Lord, the God of Israel, are their inheritance, as he spoke to him. So Moses gave an inheritance to the tribe of the sons of Reuben, according to their families. Their territory was from Eror, which is on the edge of the valley of the Arnon, with the city which is in the middle of the valley, and all the plain by Medeba, Heshbon, and all its cities, which are on the plain, Dibon, and Bamoth Baal, and Beth Baal Meon, and Jahaz, and Kadimoth, and Mephaath, and Kiriathaim, and Sibmah, and Zereth, Shahar, on the hill country, or on the hill of the valley, and Beth Peor, and the slopes of Pisgah, and Beth Jeshimoth, even all the cities of the plain, and all the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, whom Moses struck with the chiefs of Midian, Evi, and Rechem, and Zur, and Hur, and Reba, the princes of Sihon who lived in the land. The sons of Israel also killed Balaam the son of Beor, the diviner, with the sword, among the rest of the slain. The border of the sons of Reuben, with the Jordan. This was the inheritance of the sons of Reuben, according to their families, the cities and their villages. Moses also gave an inheritance to the tribe of Gad, to the sons of Gad, according to their families. Their territory was Jazer, and all the cities of Gilead, and half the land of the sons of Ammon, as far as Aror, which is before Rabbah, and from Heshbon as far as Ramoth Mizpah, and Betonim, and from Mahamaim as far as the border of Debir, and in the valley, Beth Haram, and Beth Nimrah, and Succoth, and Zophon, the rest of the kingdom of Sihon, king of Heshbon, with the Jordan as a border, as far as the lower end of the sea of Chinnereth, beyond the Jordan to the east. This is the inheritance of the sons of Gad, according to their families, the cities, and their villages. I apologize if my reading is a bit bland tonight. I had a lot of things happen today and still processing a lot of them. I want to focus on God's Word, at least for a little bit, before getting some sleep before the work week. So I'll try to stay on time on target and dive in. These are the territories which Moses apportioned for an inheritance in the plains of Moab, beyond the Jordan at Jericho to the east. But to the tribe of Levi Moses did not give an inheritance. The Lord, the God of Israel, is their inheritance, as he promised to them. Joshua, chapter 14. Now these are the territories which the sons of Israel inherited in the land of Canaan, which Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun, the heads, and the heads of the households of the tribes of the sons of Israel, apportioned to them for an inheritance, by the lot of their inheritance, as the Lord commanded through Moses, for the 9 tribes and the half-tribe. For Moses had given the inheritance of the 2 tribes and the half-tribe beyond the Jordan, but he did not give an inheritance to the Levites among them. For the sons of Joseph were 2 tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim, and they did not give a portion to the Levites in the land, except cities to live in, with their pasture lands for their livestock and for their property. Thus the sons of Israel did just as the Lord had commanded Moses, and they divided the land. Then the sons of Judah drew near to Joshua at Gilgal, and Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite said to him, You know the word which the Lord spoke to Moses, the man of God, concerning you and me in Kadesh Barnea. I was 40 years old when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to spy out the land, and I brought back word to him as it was in my heart. Nevertheless, my brethren who went up with me made the heart of the people melt with fear. But I followed the Lord my God fully. So Moses swore on that day, saying, Surely the land on which your foot has trodden will be an inheritance to you and your children forever. What does that mean? Because you have followed the Lord my God fully. Now behold, the Lord has let me live, just as he spoke, these 45 years. From the time that the Lord spoke this word to Moses when Israel walked in the wilderness, and now, behold, I am 85 years old today. I am still as strong today as I was in the day Moses sent me. As my strength was then, so my strength is now, for war and for going out and coming in. Now then, give me the hill country about which the Lord spoke on that day. For you heard on that day that Anakim were there with great fortified cities. Perhaps the Lord will be with me, and I will drive them out as the Lord has spoken. So Joshua blessed him and gave Hebron to Caleb the son of Jephunneh as an inheritance. Therefore Hebron became the inheritance of Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite until this day, because he followed the Lord, the God of Israel, fully. Now the name of Hebron was formerly Kiriath Arba, for Arba was the greatest man among the Anakim. Then the land had rest from war. It looks like we're connected, but I don't know. We have to see if someone sends a message.
Josh, did you order diapers for Bree?
Not yet.
Please don't wait too long.
Yes, sir. Joshua chapter 15. Now the lot for the tribe of the sons of Judah, according to their families, reached the border of Edom, southward to the wilderness of Zin at the extreme south. Their south border was from the lower end of the Salt Sea, from the bay that turns to the south. Then it proceeded southward to the ascent of Akrabim, and continued to Zin. Then went up by the south of Kadesh Barnea, and continued to Hezron, and went up to Adar, and turned about to Karta. It continued to Asmon, and proceeded to the brook of Egypt, and the border ended at the sea. This shall be your south border. The east border was the Salt Sea, as far as the mouth of the Jordan, and the border of the north side was from the bay of the sea at the mouth of the Jordan. Then the border went up to Beth Hoglah, and continued on the north of Beth Araba. And the border went up to the stone of Bohan, the son of Reuben. The border went up to Debir from the valley of Ankor and turned northward toward Gilgal, which is opposite the ascent of Adumim, which is on the south of the valley. And the border continued to the waters of En-Shemesh, and it ended at En-Rogel. Then the border went up the valley of Ben-Hinnom at the slope of the Jebusite on the south, that is, Jerusalem. And the border went up to the top of the mountain, which is before the valley of Hinnom, to the west, which is at the end of the valley of Rephaim, toward the north. From the top of the mountain the border curved to the spring of the waters of Nephtoah, and proceeded to the cities of Mount Ephron. Then the border curved to Baalah, that is, Kiriath-Jearim. The border turned from Baalah westward to Mount Seir, and continued to the slope of Mount Jearim on the north, that is, Chesalon, and went down to Beth-Shemesh and continued through Timnah. The border proceeded to the side of Ekron northward. Then the border curved to Shikkeron and continued to Mount Baalah and proceeded to Jabneel, and the border ended at the sea. The west border was at the Great Sea, even its coastline. This is the border around the sons of Judah according to their families. Now he gave Caleb the son of Jephunneh a portion among the sons of Judah, according to the command of the Lord, namely Kiriath Arba, Arba being the father of Anak, that is, Hebron. Caleb drove out from there the three sons of Anak, Shishal and Ahiman and Talmi, the children of Anak. Then he went up from there against the inhabitants of Debir. Now the name of Debir formerly was Kiriath-Sepher. And Caleb said, "The one who attacks Kiriath-Sepher and captures it, I will give him Askah, my daughter, as a wife." Othniel, the son of Kenaz, the brother of Caleb, captured it, so he gave him Askah his daughter as a wife. And it came about that when she came to him, she persuaded him to ask her father for a field. So she alighted from the donkey, and Caleb said to her, "What did you want?" Then she said, "Give me a blessing, since you have given me the land of the Negev. Give me also springs of water." So he gave her the upper springs and the lower springs. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the sons of Judah, according to their families. Now the cities at the extremity of the tribes of the sons of Judah, toward the border of Edom in the south, were Kabzeel and Eder and Jagur, and Kinnah and Dimona and Addah, and Kadesh and Hazor and Ithnan, Ziph and Telem and Bealoth, and Hazor Hadattah and Kiriath Hezron, that is, Hazor, Ammon and Shema and Moladah, and Hazor Gadah, and Heshmon and Beth Pelet, and Hazor Shul and Beersheba, and Biz-Eothah, Baalah and Lim and Ezim, and El-Tolad, and Chizil and Hormah, and Ziklag, and Madmannah, and Sansannah, and Lebaoth, and Shillim, and Ain, and Rimmon, in all 29 cities with their villages. Ooh, this is a hard chapter to read. In the lowland, Ashtaol and Zoar and Ashna and Zanoah and Enganim, Tafua and Enam, Jarmuth and Adullam, Soko and Azekah and Sha'araim and Adithaim and Gederah and Gedorathaim, 14 cities with their villages. Zenan and Hadashah and Migdal Gad and Dilian and Mizah and Joktheel, Lachish and Bozkath and Eglon and Kabon and Lamas and Chitlish and Gederoth, Beth Dagon and Naamah and Makkedah, 16 cities with their villages. Libnah and Ether and Ashan and Iftah and Ashna and Nezib and Keliah and Ashzib and Marisha, 9 cities with their villages. Ekron and its towns and its villages, from Ekron even to the sea, all that were by the sea of Ashdod with their villages. Ashdod, its towns and its villages. Gaza, its towns and its villages, as far as the brook of Egypt and the great sea, even its coastline. In the hill country, Shamir and Judtir and Skuth and Dana and Kiriath Sena, that is Deber, and Anab and Emo and Anim and Goshen and Holon and Gilo, 11 cities with their villages. Man, I'm tired. Are we close? 52. Yep. Alright, let's try to finish this out. Let's go. Arab and Duma and Eshen and Janam and Beth Tafa and Apphika and Humtum and Kiriath Arba, that is Hebron, and Zion and the cities with their villages. Maon, Carmel, and Ziph, and Juttah, and Jezreel, and Jokdim, and Zanoah, Cain, Gibeah, Timrah, 10 castles, 10 cities with their villages. Hol, Beth Zur, and Gedor, and Marath, and Beth Anath, and El Tikon, 6 cities with their villages. Kiriath Baal, that is Kiriath Jearim, and Rabbah, 2 cities with their villages. In the wilderness, Beth Arabah, Midden, and Sikah, and Nibsham, and the city of Salt, and Enged, 6 cities with their villages. Now, as for the Jebusites, the inhabitants of Jerusalem, the sons of Judah, could not drive them out. So the Jebusites live with the sons of Judah at Jerusalem until this day. Alright. I'm tired. Time to go try to get some rest. Lord willing, we'll start on Joshua chapter 16 next time. Adios.